So, it's that time of year again. Time to decorate the tree. Thanksgiving is next week. We're gonna be a little bit early putting the tree up, but it seems like it's a late Thanksgiving this year. So, we're gonna go ahead and put the tree up, and Preston's gonna be hopefully helping with the lights. Jess and Press right now are down in the basement getting ornaments. So, once they get back, we are going to start putting this tree up, and we're going to speed the whole process up so that it goes a little quicker. So, putting an artificial tree up sometimes takes a little while trying to find the branches. So, anyway, hopefully you all enjoy this, and happy Thanksgiving next week. So last night did not go as planned. Preston ended up throwing up after his bath, right before bed. So he got a second bath, and we had to abandon the Christmas tree project. So we're gonna give it another shot today. He is feeling a lot better this morning, so hopefully it's not the flu bug fixing to hit the house. So hyperlapse, Christmas tree lights, ornaments. Here we go. I just want one hook. One.
So the first few ornaments you see getting placed on the tree are just some accent ornaments to add a little bit more color. We started a tradition years back that every place we visited, we would collect an ornament, sort of like what people do with shot glasses and magnets. It's fun to look back and reminisce the memories as we place the ornaments on the tree each year. Darren and I got married in May of 2014. We did not take our honeymoon right away. We waited until the fall and went to Montana, the Glacier National Park area, and we stayed there for almost a week visiting local towns and spending a lot of time in the park trying to view as much wildlife as we could, and we were very lucky. We did see quite a bit. Came really close to moose, bears, goats, you name it, we seen it. Talking to the locals, they said we were actually very lucky we seen as much as we did. So to commemorate our trip to Montana, we have our wooden Montana ornament, which I am absolutely in love with. Love wooden ornaments. Whether you're traveling through or heading to a certain spot, if you were anywhere near Eldon, Iowa, you must visit the American Gothic House Center. The house that you see in this picture, they have standing and you can go through it. It's got a little history of it. You can also dress up in the attire, even with the pitchfork, like they have, and recreate your own picture. We did it and it couldn't have been more true to that day. We had gotten turned around. We were pulling the camper because we were headed to nationals. The GPS took us down this back road. We ended up in somebody's field with silos, nowhere to turn around. There were harvest trucks coming in and out. It was a nightmare. Darren was driving, super flustered. I was crying because I was so upset and worked up. So when we pulled up to the American Gothic Center, our picture spoke words for sure. So about 15-20 minutes away from Knoxville, Iowa is Pella, Iowa. And as you can see, they are known for their Dutch heritage. We specifically like to go to Pella, not just for their looks, because it is a very clean, pretty town, but they have a bakery, Jarsma Bakery, hopefully I said that right. Delicious coffee cakes, donuts, cookies, very popular place during the Knoxville Nationals. If you don't get there early, you're probably not gonna get the goodies and the sweets that you want to bring home. They have one, if you like almond, they call it the Dutch letter, and it's in the shape of an S, and it is almond filled. And those go like crazy. I like them, but only in small amounts. So when I was little, my mom sewn together myself and my two younger sisters' stockings. I knew when I got older and started a family of my own, I wanted to do that exact same tradition. So as you see, all three of our stockings were hand quilted and sewn by myself. Darren chose his design, the bear. I chose the cardinal pine cone theme. And when Preston came along, it took us a little bit to decide, but we ended up with the owl. And it kind of ties together the nature theme, the outdoorsy that Darren and I both share in our personalities. So the next ornament actually combines two different trips. The first one was in 2016. We went to Berlin, Ohio to purchase our Amish-made dining table. I had always wanted an Amish-made table for the kitchen. We had just recently added on, and so we made a little trip out of it, drove out to Berlin, Ohio, picked up our dining table from Schrock Heritage Furniture, and at that time we had gotten this ornament, and as you can tell, it is an Amish community. And we recently, just this past May, took that same trip, only this time we took our camper and made a week-long trip of it. We went up there and bought an outdoor playset for our son from Kaufman Family Furniture. And we also went back to Schrock's Heritage Furniture and bought a little money bank in the shape of a dog for Preston. We walked into Schrock's to get it, and the guys there actually recognized us from when we were there 3 years ago, which really, to me, speaks words of customer service. Appreciate them for that. Great guys to work with. If you're ever in the area or want some quality furniture, I strongly suggest going to Schrock Heritage Furniture. So while we were up near the Berlin, Ohio area, we took a drive one day and went to Cedar Point Roller Coaster Park. And as you can see, we brought back an ornament. If you are a roller coaster fanatic, Cedar Point is the place to go. Extremely clean park. They had a lot of variety of rides for little ones all the way up to adults. It did rain on us the day that we were out there, but the timing worked out pretty good. It was early afternoon, so we just went back to the truck. Preston fell asleep, took a little nap. We waited for the rain to pass, and then we went back into the park and we were there till it closed down. But highly recommend going to Cedar Point if you are in the area or looking for a trip to make. The other attraction we went to was the Ark Encounter, and I had been wanting to go here for years, and we just never got around to it. So when we decided to go to Ohio, we decided to make a big trip out of this, and one of the stops was the Ark Encounter. We did not go to the Creation Museum. It was kind of a toss-up. We'd heard some say, oh, you've got to go to both, or oh, this one's better than this one. We just chose to go to the Ark just for time's sake, and we had Preston, so a 2-year-old going through it's not going to get too much out of it. So we decided to go ahead and just do the Ark. Larger than I could have ever imagined. To see it life size in person was just magnificent. And they had different levels that you went through. It was actually pretty slow. We went on a Friday, trying to not get in with the weekend traffic. So I think the day that we were there, they said there was like 3,000 people, and that weekend they were expecting like 3 or 4 times that. So we did luck out, but it was still kind of crowded. So if you do end up going to the Ark Encounter, I would probably suggest going in an off season, or for sure during the week if you don't like crowds, and if you want to be able to see all of the features of the Ark, because there were some spots where it was just too cramped, and so we just kind of passed along. Lots to read. You could easily spend all day there. We got there right around whenever they opened, and I think we left at 3 o'clock maybe, so we didn't spend all day there, but we did spend a chunk of the day there. They do have a restaurant next to it. We stopped in, had lunch, it was convenient, it was there. They also have a petting zoo area, and they had a few other features that were in the works. We just did not have a chance to visit them because it was not completed at that time. So when you look at this tree, it shows you who we are and what we do, and that's what I absolutely adore about this Christmas tree.